There are results that can define a national team. And we have just witnessed that in Oslo today. As you can see the scoreline right here, bottom left corner for me, bottom right corner for you watching. Norway beat Italy 3-0. The scoreline doesn't even describe what we witnessed today. This was men against boys. I don't know what Solbakken cooked up in 2025. I don't know if he went to like the Viking gods and asked for mercy and asked for some tactics. But Solbakken in 2025 is Pep Solbakken. He is absolutely cooking with Norway. This Norwegian team right now are on fire. And they have found the perfect formula, and all of the players are believing in qualifying to their first major competition since 2000. And on the other side, what is left of this national team? How many L's does Spalletti have to take to get sacked? And is there any way for them to qualify to the World Cup? Yes, they might have to go through the playoffs, but they're going to get PTSD. Welcome to the reaction. Emergency video, if you want to say. Norway 3, Italy 0. World Cup qualifiers. And right now, Norway have a 9-point advantage. Yes, they've played 2 games more than Italy. Norway, in 3 games in these qualifiers, have scored 12 goals and conceded 2. They destroyed Moldova 5-0. They destroyed Israel 4-2. And they destroyed Italy today 3-0. The first attempt on goal and the only attempt on goal from Italy was in the 92nd minute. Do you understand how bad you have to be? Italy are playing like Azerbaijan right now. They're playing like San Marino right now. Even the Vatican City could give a better match to Norway than Italy did today. Okay, I get it. Let's go and start this video with the Norwegian perspective. This is one of the best results this century for Norway. Unbelievable. When the pressure was mounted on this game, because Norway, I think, had the pressure to win this game compared to Italy. Italy just came there, all right, let's just get a draw. That should be enough for us. If we win, fantastic result. Yes, we're going to still host them at home in the final match day of these qualifiers. I think the pressure was on Norway and Solbakken to prove, okay, you beat the 2 weaker teams in this group. You beat them. Cool. Let's see what you can do against Italy. We've seen the pressure moments for Norway in the last couple of years. They buckle under pressure. Was it Serbia in the playoff for the Euro 2021? Scotland at home in the last Euro qualifiers. Couldn't do anything there. They lost. So this was a huge pressure moment for Norway to prove themselves. Solbakken, absolute money. Great tactically. How he just completely nullified Spalletti and what he was trying to cook up, which was basically raw pasta. And the players, I mean, I want to give a massive shout out to Ryerson. Ryerson, unbelievable defensively going forward. I think one-on-one defensively, Ryerson was a beast today. He didn't allow Udogi anything in this game. He might have gotten the pink hair. Heck, he was playing like Antoine Griezmann with the pink hair. The pink hair was justified today for Ryerson. He had a great game. Erling Braut Haaland gets another goal. I mean, the guy just keeps on scoring in these qualifiers. Antonio Nusa. I've been talking about this guy for like 2 years. When I saw him at Club Brugge, I think it was the game away to Porto in the Champions League, I was like, whoa. Who's this other baller for Norway? Antonio Nusa today. Menace. That goal he scored, the way he just went past Di Lorenzo, the assist he gave to Sorloth in that first goal. Antonio Nusa, that first half, was chefing it up and cooking the Italian defense. So confident on the ball, driving at the Italian defenders. And Di Lorenzo and Zappacosta could do nothing about it. So Antonio Nusa, I think he was man of the match today for Norway, because Sorloth did his thing. He got a goal. Haaland got a goal, but I think everything was down to Ryerson and Antonio Nusa today for Norway. And they just completely nullified Italy. They just forced them out wide, and they dealt with the cross every single time. Christopher Ayer, everybody, they just did a magical job. Nyland, the goalkeeper, had nothing to do today. Nothing. He just made one simple save, and that's it. And it was the 92nd minute. The most complete and dominant performance by Norway for a long time, people. For a very, very long time. To do this against Italy, yes, you can say, oh, it's a weakened Italy. It's a beast team Italy. You're still doing it against Italy. If they lost this game, all people would have said, oh, look, Norway, they're always bottling it when the pressure mounts. But they changed the narrative today. Solbakken did a phenomenal job so far in these 3 games, and I think Norwegians, they can really start believing. They have a plus 10 goal difference with 5 games to go. And I think they're going to beat Moldova at home. They're going to do the double over Estonia. They're going to beat Israel at home. I think they're going to be perfect until they meet Italy in the final match day, and their goal difference might be far too superior for Italy to catch up. I think Norway are going to do this right now, people. I think they're going to qualify to the World Cup for the first time since 1998 and their first major competition since Euro 2000. And it's just wonderful to see because we know these players are so talented, and the amount of talent. Like, Sheldrup was on the bench today. Jakob Staron Larsen, who's been fantastic for Wolves this season, he came off the bench. Oscar Bobby, obviously, he's been ravaged by injuries this season, but I'm just so happy that this national team now, when the pressure was on, they performed. And I think now Norwegians can start believing in this national team again, because nobody's going to say, oh, they're lacking talent, they're this, that. No. It's always just been a mentality thing for the manager, Solbakken, who's received a lot of criticism in his time, but also on the players. They're changing the narrative, and Norwegians can start believing in their national team once again. They're going to do it, people. I think they're going to qualify. This result, you don't beat Italy 3-0 at home and don't qualify for the World Cup. I'm sorry, you don't. But you can see that now everything's just clicking. Ødegaard is performing well. Sander Berg in the midfield is an absolute beast as well. Defensive reading game. He almost scored a golazo on Donnarumma today. They just got everything is now completely fine. 2 fullbacks, Wolf and Ryerson, bombing up forward or defensively are solid in one-on-one situations. Everything is gelling for this Norwegian team at the perfect time, and they just got to keep their heads calm and focused, and they will qualify for this World Cup. And they might do this very, very easily, considering what we're going to discuss about right now, and that's Italy. The first thing is the first thing. If Spalletti is not sacked today, they need to take his papers and throw it in the bin. Your contract is up, buddy. You need to go ASAP if you're Spalletti. There is no way you can... I thought that Switzerland game from last summer at the Euros was bad. This was even worse. This was 1,000 times worse. You got outplayed, outfought, and Spalletti, again, he just looks like a broken soul. Look, I understand. There is a lot of injuries for Italy right now. No Buongiorno, no Calafiori, no Moise Kean. You can name on and on with these players. But why on earth am I watching Zappacosta start for Italy in 2025 when you have Cambiasso on the bench? I don't think he could have really done anything with the center backs. Capola, the young center back from Verona, he tried his best. It's his first appearance for the national team. He tried his best, but he got bullied by Soloff in the game. So I kind of felt bad for him. But you have experienced players like Barella, like Di Lorenzo, like Bastoni, to help a young defender like that. They just left them in the dust. And none of the players stood up. There is no leadership on this team. There is no leadership from the touchline with Spalletti. I think this is all down to Spalletti. Look, Raspadori is an average player, right? He does nice with the link-up play. Oh, look at Raspadori playing that ball out wide so beautifully. Look at his whole... Get a player like Orsolini on the field. Yeah, he plays mostly on down the right side. I don't care. You have to try and change something if you're Spalletti. And when they went 3-0 down at halftime, I said, okay, just don't lose 5-0. When I saw at halftime he only made 1 sub, Fratesi, that's diabolical. You cannot do that if you're Spalletti. You have to make a statement if you're Spalletti at halftime. You 3, off the field immediately. Off the field. You're not putting in your shift. Get off the field. Oh no, I'm just going to take off 1 player, and I don't think he made a sub until the 70th minute. 70th minute. He's done. If Spalletti does not leave today, or after I think they're playing Moldova next, if the FA don't sack him, they're cowards. And they have no ambition qualifying. Phenomenal national team. Look, people, they had players like this. They have Baggio. Do you know who Roberto Baggio was? Ashamed of this national team. Absolutely ashamed of the standards of coaching to players to mentality. That 2006 national team for Italy, they would have never allowed this. Yes, they would have gone through some difficult moments like Australia in the round of 16. They persevere through it. They show the mentality. This team, no cojones. And I don't want to say that about players because these players are way better than me and way better than you watching. But they need to show some fight. This is for the national team. They look like, oh, we're here, we're selected. Cool. Yes, our manager is tactically clueless. He doesn't know what his best lineup is. Oh, we're just going to run around, see what we can do. Okay, yeah, there's Haaland. Is he going to really score? Like, the players have no will about them. No passion right now for the national team. It's sad for Italy. It really is sad. And yes, it comes down to Spalletti, but also the caliber of players that right now, they're not good enough. I think Tonali, Barella, Retegui, Bastoni, Donnarumma, there's your players right there. Udogi needs to prove more. Zappacosta shouldn't be selected. Di Lorenzo shouldn't be selected after the abysmal Euros he had last year. Raspadori shouldn't be anywhere near this team. But there should be backup options that are still good enough. Nope. You bring in Lorenzo Luca onto the field. Look at Norway. They trusted their young players. Not in this game, but over time they've trusted their young players in the last 5 to 6 years. Italy are not doing that. They're not. And their youth teams are actually doing pretty well when it comes to the European competitions. But it's like the national team are allergic to giving an opportunity to youngsters or club level wise. That's something that has to change with the national team and the sort of identity of Italian football. They have to give an opportunity to young players. They're talented, but they won't develop if they don't get a chance. But for today's game, it's all on Spalletti. It's all on Spalletti. The lineup was horrible. Tactically, you got outdone by Solbakken. All Solbakken had to do was tell his defenders, okay, limit the crosses, just pack the midfield. Don't allow any creativity from the midfield, force it out wide, boom. There's your game plan, done, dusted, 3-0 at halftime, game was over. This was such a walk in the park for Solbakken. Spalletti made Solbakken look like Pep Guardiola. Come on, Spalletti. Your time with the Azzurri is getting worse and worse, and he needs to be sacked ASAP. I don't know. You will say in the comments, Michael, who should they hire? Honestly, give it to Farioli. He might be a young manager, and people will say, oh, he bottled it in the Eredivisie. Give the man a chance. Do you want to go for De Zerbi? I think Farioli can bring a good combination of defensive aspects and attacking wise, because this team lack zero identity about them. They lack so much going forward. Like, I'm watching Italy try and do combination play. Whereas Norway, they beat the press wonderfully. Look at the movement of the ball from Ødegaard to Sunderberg. I'm looking at Italy. I'm like, these guys are statues. It's just a bunch of, it's like 11 leaning pizzas out there. And that's from the Italian national team. A nation that have won 4 World Cups. And it's getting worse and worse. And they might be going to another playoff. PTSD is about to kick in real quick. And Norway, what a fantastic start to these World Cup qualifiers. And their dream of returning to a major competition is on right now. They got the momentum, they got the playing style, they got the players, and it can only get better and better for them. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, people. Are Norway now certified to qualify to the World Cup for the first time since 1998? Are Italy dead? Do they need to sack Spalletti immediately? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more UEFA World Cup qualifying content. We're going to do a full review of the window next week. Obviously, I need to rewatch a lot of the games prior to recording, but this game, we did a watch along, epic watch along. Thank you all for your kind support, and also had to do an emergency video. I was not expecting this. I thought it was going to be 2-2, and it would have been a difficult game to call. 3-0 for Norway. Wow. Wow. Remember to follow me on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, join the Discord. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time, adios.